channel trailer. Fuck's sake. I must have moved the folder somewhere into another one. But hopefully, let's get my face over here. Hey, Jam, welcome in. Stupid channel trailer. Let's get a little bit of music going on. And then hopefully at some point I can introduce you to the two birds. Well, you've already
Welcome
seen
in,
one of
Jam.
them.
Birds, you've already seen one of them.
Well, yeah, you've already seen Jerry. Not Benny, necessarily.
Guess what? We're not doing Grounded today. I hate this game so much.
Good. Good. Love that.
But we planned a backup because I knew this was going to happen. Because Xbox hates me and I hate them a little bit. Did you open your FIFA rewards? Also, Jam, how are you doing?
I did.
Anything good?
Nah, not too much. I mean, ones that I would have been like well excited about if it was early days. You know what I mean?
See, I was happy with one of them, which was Alexander Arnold, but the 88 rated right back version of it, which is pretty good.
Okay. I got the COVID test done, so I'm ready for the Czech Republic tomorrow. Love that.
Well
yeah, just sorted it, Jam. That's huge, though. Huge news. It means you can go on holiday. Envy anyone that can get away and go on holiday this summer, but it's good. I'm glad we're doing it. Yeah, hopefully that's a little bit better now, Jam. I noticed that in my ears. It was a bit there.
Yeah, so we're playing The Dun instead.
The Dun.
Fine. The other stuff didn't work. We've also got some other backups that we'll do. We've got the new hood, which will be interesting to give a go. The brand new hood game mode. Is that Jerry or Benny?
That was Jerry, yeah. So Jerry's here. Benny is gonna. Well, we'll see.
Can you get Benny to land on you?
Not just yet. He kind of does what he wants. But we'll see. Chloe's. There we go. There he is. There you.
Tell you what,
oh,
I support free spirit. Oh yeah, they're very, very brief.
Very brief. He'll come over at some point. He does. He will end up here. But yeah, he's settling in really well. He's got.
That's good.
He's got everything going on. Jam, don't worry about it. All of it is going to be available on YouTube for the Summer of Simulation, so you've got nothing to worry about. What?
So, I've got something that's not gaming news, but was kind of interesting.
Yeah, cool.
So Simone Biles, who is, for people who don't know, basically the GOAT of Olympics.
Yes.
Of gymnastics, not just Olympic gymnastics, just gymnastics in general. She is considered the best in the world and the best there will ever be. She was America's big hope for it. She dropped out of the team competition for an unknown reason. And then I heard today that she's dropped out because she's got a mental block. So her body knows how to do the tricks and stunts and things she does, but her brain won't sync it up. Very pretty.
There he is.
Which was really interesting to me that was a big thing.
I mean, I knew that
it's a big thing.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that there was that kind of thing happens. I suppose, like you just for someone that's like that high level that does it day in day out. It's an interesting one, isn't it?
It would be like the equivalent would be like if Ronaldo just suddenly couldn't.
Yeah. Odd.
If suddenly just his brain stopped. For
yeah, just
reason,
went, nah, not today.
On football in general. Because obviously her brain is working fine, but when it comes to gymnastics, she's just
Yeah, just not there.
Which is horrible, but
mad.
Also very fascinating.
Mad. Right, I just need to make sure I'm changing everything because I've set everything to grounded.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Hang on.
It's so annoying. Unfortunately, I got a bit too absorbed with Persona 5, so yes, I didn't get to test it earlier because I was playing Persona 5, which I think I would probably say is one of my favourite games. It is genuinely that good.
Well, yeah, because you've got the updated version or whatever it is, haven't you?
The Royal Edition, which basically the Royal Edition has all the DLC from Persona 5 and also adds like new cutscenes, a whole new character, a whole new dungeon because it's a dungeon crawler as a game.
Okay.
It just adds a lot of extra stuff to a game that's already amazing that I didn't finish the first time because this game is long. It's like 80 hours.
Oh Jesus!
We're talking like Assassin's Creed length.
Oh God! I'm worn out after Assassin's Creed. Honestly, I think
you'd love it though. I think you would love
just having the time to do it. You know,
no, I know. But Persona 5 you can dip in because it's half dungeon crawler.
If it's a game you can dip in and out of, then yeah.
Sim. The life sim part is horrible because you get the after school and then the evening to do certain things to boost stats and build relationships with people, but you can only do one thing in that time period, so you have to think really carefully, like what am I going to do?
Like what stat am I going to improve?
Yeah, because if you improve the wrong one, if you improve the wrong one, you can't go back and change it. You're stuck with it.
Okay.
There he is. There's Bear Cam. Oh, missed it.
Interesting.
Bear Cam was there very briefly.
So yeah, we're going to be doing an FPS game, which is the first time we've done an FPS game in a long time, actually. We haven't done anything sort of.
What would you call Hood?
It's more of a third-person tactical.
It's part of the FPS
thing,
genre,
yeah.
I'd call it though.
Really? I wouldn't say so. I'd like hardcore, like FPS, like as in you just see the gun, like you are looking through the eyes of.
You're talking very literal FPS.
That's what I would define an FPS as.
So what would you define? Trying to think of a good example. Star Wars Battlefront 2.
You can play it in FPS mode. But it's not an FPS game.
Even if you're playing it in third person, I'd call that an FPS. I think the term first person shooter is sort of diluted a bit.
Interesting.
Because there's no such thing as a TPS, is there?
Well, no, but there isn't necessarily a thing for. I don't know. Like I've always seen an FPS as I haven't really. All the others sort of blend into like other categories. I think like hardcore FPS is over the through the eyes of. That's sort of how I've always seen it.
What about Siege?
Siege is an FPS, absolutely. It's an FPS.
Oh, Siege is first person. For some reason, I saw Siege was third person. I'm trying to think of third person ones.
Like Mass Effect, for instance, I wouldn't say is an FPS.
No, but that's an RPG because it's got other elements to it.
But what would you say the combat is in it then?
The combat is very FPS in Mass Effect.
Interesting.
It is. In the same way that Halo is an FPS, which it is.
Yeah,
but then I would say
it is.
Halo is also an action game or an action adventure game rather than just a first person shooter.
I'd say Hood is an action adventure.
It is.
Rather than an FPS. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think FPS has to be like action adventure
I'm trying to think
is.
of a really good example of one, and I'm struggling to think of one.
Like Gears of War isn't an FPS.
That's close.
I don't
to
think
an
it
FPS,
is
though, because it's not an RPG. Well, unless what do you define as an RPG?
Well, that's a whole other thing, isn't it? Because in any game, you're playing a role, aren't you?
So every game is an RPG. This is why the genres are sort of warped on what they are. Like, Persona 5 is a JRPG, and the only reason it can be exclusively categorized as a JRPG is because it's a role-playing game from Japan.
Well, yeah. I mean, that is literally all you have to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jam, don't know, mate. Not a clue. Not a clue. Sure, it'll happen. But yeah, it's one of those, like, because really, your top 3 game tiers at the moment, you've got FPS, RPG, and then I think there's a blend in the middle somewhere, isn't there?
No, I wouldn't agree with that.
You've got
your top game tiers, as in games that most people are playing.
Oh no, not what most people are playing. You've got like MOBAs and MMOs and all of that. Like they're going to be the top one.
The top genre.
Oh god, yeah, for sure.
MOBAs are pretty high up.
MOBAs are huge at the moment.
RPGs are huge above FPS. I mean, who's really doing true FPS anymore?
Your Call of Duty players, yeah. I mean, Battlefield 2042, I will have to get, I think. It just looks
I was sold on
good.
that one. Yeah, I was sold on that one.
It looks too good.
That's the thing. Like, who are your top FPS producers anymore? It's just COD and Battlefield. There's no one left.
Oh, cock and balls! I realised my YouTube thumbnail is also grounded. Oh, fucking no, hang on.
Sorry.
It's all right. Hang on. I'll fix it. Go into my folder of thumbnails.
How do you know I didn't do it on purpose?
I know you didn't. I love you loads. Let's have
I don't love the Xbox Game Pass.
Live. Chuck you in there instead. There we go. That'll do. Right. Good. That should be updated now. Hopefully everything's there.
A stream we're going to do in the future. I want to do another stream of Civilization 6.
We had such a good time on that. I mean, it was some very late nights, but such good fun.
Another stream of that, and I've also got a copy of the game's Platinum Edition to give away.
All right, yeah, that'd be good. I think there's definitely like a. It's a very difficult one to make exciting until later on.
It's a slow burner.
And it has to be over unless you do a fast game mode that can be
ruins the game
within one stream. If we could finish a game within one stream, that would be good.
Maybe we could do a special at some point, which is just a Civ stream.
Jesus Christ, yeah, that'd be a. I mean, really, our Civ games last 10 hours.
Yeah, about that.
Thereabouts, don't they?
Yeah.
So, yeah, 10 hours of pure Civ.
That's a day stream. But that would be really nice to do a full day of Civ and just. Oh, you
just realised I completely took myself out of the chat then. I was like, bye-bye. I'm here now. Yeah, it would be good to do that. I was playing a game earlier, as part of, because I was filming it for a YouTube video, but I've realised that in that particular game mode, it doesn't really make for good viewing because I was just very sad the whole time.
Oh, why?
So it's a 112 operator that we were talking about before, right? I was playing it, and the way it works is really, really interesting. Like I
played 911.
Yeah, so like you are the call operator, you're doing everything. But man, like the calls that were coming through, I had people like committing suicide on the phone to me. I had people like in burning buildings that like, it was awful. Like really, really terrible, terrible stuff. And I was having my headphones on, trying to film it and trying to be entertaining. I was like, I don't know whether I can do this. So it might have to be. There's loads of DLCs for it that have some like funny, like interest, like zombie mode, for instance, where actually you're trying to like exterminate all this. I think that is going to be a better thing, because I was just there like really quite sad and upset that I'd let someone die, rather than it being sort of like.
I remember I kept getting phone calls like of people ordering pizza, but they were actually being domestically abused.
Yeah, it's things like that as well.
I kept getting, and I was like, oh god,
yeah, it's bad. It is bad. But a very I would highly recommend it. Like very immersive, very immersive.
Oh, it's a fun game.
And I mean, I don't know what the difference, the differences are between the 911 and the 112, but yeah, honestly, really, really, really good. And you can get it quite cheap as well online.
112 came out after, so I'm assuming it's slightly more updated, probably more calls and things.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna get one, get 112, I'd say.
Yeah, very. You can actually buy them as a bundle now and get both. I believe. I could be wrong.
Should we? So we haven't touched Verdun.
I did a little bit of it earlier just to make sure it worked on my PC.
Because I haven't done that. Of course I haven't.
Oh my fucking god.
Why would I? You know, why would I?
I'm gonna kill someone.
I was playing Persona 5. I thought we were going to play FIFA before, and if we played FIFA, that would have taken me out of Persona 5, and then I would have been like, oh, I've got to test this before I start on FIFA.
God
so
damn.
Technically, it's your fault.
I thought it might be.
You didn't message about FIFA.
Thought it might be.
I was in deep on Persona 5.
Obviously, it's my
fault. That soundtrack slaps. That soundtrack is probably my favorite game soundtrack of all time.
Right.
My God.
I'm going to load up Verdun.
I'm loading it. Your camera's gone a bit, but that's fine. I can drop it.
God.
I got it. We're good. It's all gravy. VSync will save us.
We hope. We can but hope.
Right. I'm in. I'm ready. We're playing Verdun. War's going on. The Great War. Don't know what's so great about it. I just think it's a big war. That's why it's so great. I wouldn't call it great, but...
Are you... Hang on. There we go. I think you're back. You weren't earlier. Right. I think...
I'm just closing stuff because it is running a bit. But it's fine.
It's all good, everyone.
Close things.
It's all good.
We close all the things we need to close. So they're not there anymore. Eating up power.
Have you checked your queue list yet?